19 minutes into the second quarter and found his side trailing by 27 points. And that's where we pick up the action, and Carlton indeed picked up the game.
Across towards the full forward zone. McClure flying. Punched away again. Chance now for Sheldon to pick it up. Keogh's there. Hand pass coming out to Harms. A goal coming up this time.
They're first at the 19-minute mark of the second quarter, Lou.
That's right. The first goal coming at the 19-minute mark of that first. There it is again. Harms, who's made the difference to Carlton, going in the centre. That should lift the side a little bit at least.
Well, I think Harms himself has already been responsible for a lift in the Carlton play, and this has been the value of a player like Wayne Harms. He just doesn't know how to give in, and he keeps at it all the time. He missed the one just previously. He came back again there and finished it off, and it'll be interesting to see. I think it should give the whole Carlton side a lift.
Okay, 5-4, 34, Collingwood to Carlton. 1 goal, 7-13. And at 1 goal, 7, that's right, 13. Back to the centre again. It'll be Peter Moore in the ruck against Fitzpatrick. Neither got control. There's Buckley trying to get out the pack. He finally got it out. Going after it is Young and Ricky Barham. Barham sockers it off the ground, plays it safe out towards that wing position. It's on the boundary line and it's out of bounds out there on that centre wing position on the outer side of the ground.
They wait for the boundary throw-in and the sunshine persisting. That's good news. So the standard of play may improve even more, but even with the wet conditions, both sides putting on a superb exhibition of hard, tough and vigorous football, especially that first quarter. That was a real ring-a-ding-ding job, as Lou would say. Fitzpatrick and Moore. Free kick again by Geez. Paying some Tiggy Touchwood frees in the ruck. Whereas some umpires let it go, they're not letting it go today. Let's kick up towards half forward. Edwards almost took another beauty. Armstrong scouting well, but he gets collared for his trouble, and right on the point of the square, it's going to be a ball up at the 21-minute mark of the second quarter. First quarter went about 28.5 minutes. Moore and Fitzpatrick again, picked up by Kink to Ray Shaw. The Collingwood skipper fires a long kick at the goals. Jesselenko backing back. Oh, spilt the mark. Jezza, what are you doing? Dear, oh dear. A chance for the Magpies down there, but they're collared, the whole lot of them. And umpire Kevin Smith will ball it up about 12 metres out directly in front of goal. I'll tell you what, you don't often see Jesselenko miss a chest mark like that. Fitzpatrick down to Olsen, who's recovered. Brown almost marked it in the square. Doole's there, and it's handballed through by, I think it was Doole. And it's 1 point, so that was desperation for you. Bruce Doole taking, well, not the easy way out, but the safe way out. 21 minutes gone, and the score in the 75 grand final as Jesselenko prepares to kick out. It's 5-5, 35 to 1-7, 13. I guess Jess has played in just about every position. A century goal kicker at full forward, and now kicking out from full back. The kick dropping short. That was Southby, the man who generally does the job. Fitzpatrick trying to pick it up for Carlton. For Collingwood is, that's Banks, little Banks. He's gone for a hand pass. Desperation by Fitzpatrick. Firing at the goals is Ricky Barham, but what's he done? It's out of bounds. And it'll be a penalty free kick to the Blues to be taken for them. Let's see, it looks like Rod Austin.
Pete Mackay has gone to centre half forward in an effort to lift them up there, and Brown down to the back pocket.
Well, Brown had little success at full forward as Rod Austin comes out with the free kick. Fitzpatrick setting himself for the mark. Edwards over the top, almost took the grab again.
He's played it.
And he's taken some great marks today. I would think round about 5 at the moment. That is the case. 5 marks to Alan Edwards. A superb aerial display at centre half forward. And with his kick, Jesselenko out from the goals and takes the mark. So the old fellow setting an example now in the last line of defence. Jezza from centre half back. Centre wing position. He's looking out there for Klomp. It's punched clear. Down towards Anderson, the goal sneak. In he comes, a long kick from Graham Anderson up towards the goals. It's just drifting offline though and goes through for 1 point to the Collingwood total to take the Magpies to 5 goals, 6, 36 points, and they still lead Carlton 1-7, 13.
So it's a difference of 23 points, and we've played 23.5 minutes of this second quarter of the 1979 grand final. Carlton have made 1,000 moves to try and get themselves back in the game, and the one that could save them is Harms in the centre. Moore and Fitzpatrick again. Neither can take the mark. It's Armstrong scouting around. He's in a bit of trouble, but he's clear now. Goes for a short pass, looking there for Klomp. It's not a good one. Banks to Ireland tried to pick that up. It finally came out to Buckley. He drives the ball over the centre half forward position. Worthington goes for the punch. There's Magro trying to get it out. Still can't get it out. They're all having a bit of a go now. Finally, it's Byrne coming away from that half-back line. He decides to go for a bit of a run. He better do something with it. Oh, smothered that time from Worthington. A bad bit of play. Johnson gets it out to McClure. A goal coming up, but he's off target. And he's put it out of bounds.
Magnificent football by Wayne Johnson there, Lou. Worthington had quite a bit of time, and Johnson showed tremendous courage to throw himself on the boot.
Ball out of bounds, right against the point post. Moore getting up high. Buckley smothers the ball. He tries to come out of the pack. He's grabbed. He's collared too high. It'll be a free kick and a chance for Carlton's second goal to come at the 24-minute mark of this second quarter. And Buckley yet to score a goal. Carlton looking a lot better since they put Harms in the centre. Of course, they've made a lot of other moves, and at half-time, Bobby Skilton, the triple Brownlow medalist, will tell us about that.
Well, one player certainly out of form, Lou, and you mentioned him, was McClure.
Waiting now for Buckley, only about 15 metres out from goal. Telling Ricky Barham, or telling the umpire for Ricky Barham to get out the way. He fires, and there's no doubt about that one. It's right through the middle. So it's Carlton going to 2 goals, 7-19 to Collingwood, 5 goals, 6-36, and we're at the 25-minute mark of this second quarter. I would say this would be about a 28 or 29-minute quarter.
Lou, the player that hasn't had a great deal of kicks, but I think has made a difference also down on that forward line, Marcoux has tapped a couple on, knocked the ball through a pack and made openings for other players to come into the play. So both Johnson and Marcoux doing their little bit.
Time on being played in the second quarter now as the clock ticks over to the 25-minute mark. And as Lou suggested, possibly about 3 to 3.5 minutes of play left. We'll see as we await the bounce again. Moore to Johnston, right into that blue pot. Going through is Southby. Armstrong. He goes towards half forward. There's almost a mark to Sheldon. I think he's got it. Yep. Sheldon in front of Magro. Carlton looking a lot better now in the latter stages of the quarter. Sheldon's kick in turn towards the goals. Was that touched? Was it touched? I don't think so. It's a goal, I'd say. It is. It rolled through and just made it, didn't it? So Carlton right back into this match. That's what the Blues needed. So let's check the scores. It's Collingwood 5 goals, 36 points, and Carlton 3-7-25. Here it is on replay. The mark taken by Ken Sheldon, who's been a fairly quiet player so far in the match. And look at the kick.
McClure and fullback McCormick both jostling each other. Harms coming down there to try and get the foot to the ball, but it was already through for a goal.
Ball driven away by Southby. Back here coming through is Byrne, showing plenty of dash. And Collingwood sweep into attack now over the head of Jezelenko. Out comes Brewer. He's in plenty of trouble. He's collared. Picked up by Dool. The umpire called play on. He goes for a short pass. Here's Francis on his own. He's got a paddock to run in. He boots the ball short. It's a good pass too, and a mark here to Johnson. Carlton looking a lot better as they swing into attack again. Up there towards McClure. Can he mark it? Pushed out by McCormack. Buckley gets it out again. Marcoux looking at Danes. He's grabbed by Magro. He goes down. They go down. Buckley trying to get it. He's collared, and the umpire says dropping the ball. By golly, didn't have much of a chance then, I'll tell you that now, in the middle of that big heap of mud. Byrne to take the free kick. Collingwood in front by 11 points. Drives it out wide. There's Kinky couldn't take the mark. He kicks it off the ground. Coming out to meet the ball is Dool. He's grabbed it the first grab. His kick is smothered. It comes back here now towards Anderson. He got a bit of a run on McClure. He's grabbed. He can't get it out. And it's finally Olsen coming out of the pack with the ball. Not a very good kick. Byrne dives on it, and so does Johnson. He's the first to recover. He's out now. His kick is off the side of his boot. Ireland goes for the punch. Back it comes to Morris. He goes down. Fitzpatrick gets it out, but there's a free kick to Morris for one on the back. Collingwood badly need a goal at this, for the end of this quarter. 28 minutes gone. The ball booted over the centre position. They're all looking for free kicks. They shouldn't be worrying about that. There's Banks. He's putting himself right in the middle of the pack. And umpire Della decides to ball it up right on the edge of the square up towards Collingwood centre half forward position. Fitzpatrick and Moore. Knocked out by Fitzpatrick. Fumble that time by Armstrong. Still gets his kick back. A chance now for Anderson. He's got the run here on Keogh. He's only got to pick it up, but he goes down. Keogh grabs him. He finally kicks it off the ground. Beautiful play. Over to Olsen, a short pass. It's too long. It'll be out of bounds. And a penalty free kick to go to Austin down there, a little short of half back. They're certainly looking a lot better towards the end of this quarter, Carlton. They're only trailing by 11 points. And we're approaching the 29-minute mark, nearly the end of the quarter. Chance for Moore to mark. He's not playing that as we see Morris come out of the pack. A hand pass to Shaw. He's in trouble as he boots the ball back there. But once again, it's Carlton in the way. And a good mark taken there by Klopp. He quickly plays on with a short pass. It's okay. And a mark to Armstrong, and he's off. He goes for another short pass out wide, and there's Fitzpatrick on his own. And Carlton are away now. He better kick it. He gets his kick up there towards the full forward zone. McClure's got the mark. It'll be a goal. And they're back in business, Carlton. So it's Collingwood, 5 goals, 6, 36 points to Carlton. 4 goals, 7, 31. Only 5 points the difference.
And Carlton were behind by 28 minutes midway through the quarter. As we watch that again, Klomp across to Armstrong. Armstrong seeing Fitzpatrick all on his own in the centre, and Fitzpatrick taking just a little bit too long to get his kick. Almost got caught over the head of McCormick, and McClure then realising that it was better off running onto the open goal. And Carlton now have kicked 3 goals in just over 4 minutes.
And they've kicked 4 goals straight too, I think, looking at the scoreboard. Back into the centre, the siren imminent for half-time. Fitzpatrick and Moore. It's knocked down to Olsen again. Half forward, Renee King should take the mark. A long way from goal. Kink would want to get the ball moving pretty quickly, I'd suggest, because I don't think he'll make the distance from there. Although he's seemingly pretty confident about the kick. He's gone back and will line it up deliberately. Oh, a shocking kick from Kink. Didn't travel more than about 45 metres. Duel in the pack there. It comes out towards... it's little Sheldon. He fires the ball up towards the half-back flank now for the Blues. In comes Klomp. Hot on his opponent Anderson. It's tunnel ball. A hand pass from him out towards Johnson. Johnson picks it up on the run beautifully in front of Rayburn. A long kick by him up towards McClure again. McCormick's there with him. McClure, soccer tactics from him. Up towards Buckley. He'll pick it up. Will he kick it? Yes, he has. Carlton in front. Oh. What a second quarter. His second goal, Jimmy Buckley. The first from a free kick. Let's watch it on replay. Jimmy Buckley, 15 metres out.
Well, Buckley having a little bit of trouble there, picking the ball up originally, and they're the ones that are really hard on days like this. So there's no more pressure, Lou, than a goal like that. But full credit to Klomp. Klomp really started that off when he came in behind Anderson, who tried to get it back to Kink, and it was Klomp who got it back.
31 minutes gone of the second quarter. Knocked out by Fitzpatrick, just about the best player on the ground. Moore comes out with it. A hand pass to Morris, coming back to his right boot. Then he kicks it with his left boot. Finally over the centre half forward position. They're all going up. Mark to do. Carlton have been inspired at the moment. The ball out to Francis, and Carlton looking the better side by a mile. They're running over top of Collingwood as the ball is dropped short by Francis. And there's Johnson. He's been a danger too this quarter. And they're running all over the place, their forwards. Up there towards Mark McClure again. He's nearly got the mark. Umpire called play on. It'll be a ball up about 30 metres out from the Carlton goal. 32 minutes gone, and Carlton are in front by 1 point after being 28 points down about 10 minutes into this quarter. Knocked out that time by the big fella Moore. Going after it is Wayne Harms. He goes down. Sheldon can't pick it up, but he finally gets it out to Young. And there's the siren for the end of the quarter. Out at half-time of the 1979 grand final between Carlton and Collingwood. Carlton in front by 1 point. Carlton.
Amazing second quarter that by Carlton, and Carlton went on to win a very thrilling grand final, 82 points to 77. A 5-point victory to the Blues back in 1979. And it's interesting just looking at that tape there, how many players from both sides are not with the respective clubs today. We'll take a break and be back with more of the great grand final. Welcome back. In case you've just joined us, you're probably wondering why there's no football tonight at VFL Park. And in case you missed the earlier announcements, the Swans failed to arrive in time and the match was hastily postponed to a date to be fixed. We're watching some of the great grand finals of our time, and you've just seen, or in fact have just missed, the 1979 game between Carlton and Collingwood. And while we're back in 1979, let's relive now some of the great marks of that year as caught by Channel 7's cameras.
Essendon's Paul van der Haar. Collingwood's Hulk, Renee Kink. St Kilda high flyer Trevor Barker. The highest flying hawk of all, Peter Knights. Michael Roach of Richmond. Greg Wells, the Melbourne skipper. Burns of St Kilda. Beecroft of Fitzroy. Lethal Lee Matthews over the top. Alan Mangels, number 10. North's Ross Glendinning, a real juggler. Stan Magro. Hawkins of Footscray. Jeff Cunningham of St Kilda. A big fly from Terry Bright. Stephen Torbett of Essendon. Billy Picken. And Darryl Sutton coming in from the side. Two high flyers. This time it's Simon Madden over the top of jumping Jack Hawkins, and down goes Jack. Simon takes the mark. Michael Tuck of Hawthorn. A great mark for Rene Kink in front of the grandstand. Butch Edwards of Collingwood. Gary Dempsey with a one-hander. Teammate Ross Glendinning. And Brent Croswell. And the Tiger makes everything look awkward. And finally, Billy Picken of Collingwood.
Well, some great marks when Stephen hosted that back in 1979, and as I said, it's very interesting looking at the tape. Some of those players have retired, many of them in fact, and of course a lot of them you probably noted were, or in fact are this year, wearing different Guernseys. Well, football fans saw the building of a football empire at Arden Street in the early 70s, but they had to wait until 1975 before the Roos actually took out their first VFL premiership. North Melbourne recruited well under the now defunct 10-year rule, obtaining the services of veterans Doug Wade, John Rantel, Barry Davis. From the local side Brunswick, they signed Keith Gregg and Wayne Schimmelbusch, and from interstate, Malcolm Blight, Johnny Burns and Barry Cable. And to top it off, they signed super coach Ron Barassi, Lou's friend. They lost to Richmond in the 1974 grand final, but at the 16-minute mark of the last quarter in 1975, they had already started putting the champagne on ice.
Coming up to the 16-minute mark, Arnold Bright, oh, he wouldn't be 15, 12 metres. No, he's not even that. Now he's 5 metres. There must have been a penalty. That's right. And he's put it through. He's put it through. 16 minutes into the final quarter. And the scoreboard now reads in the 1975 grand final, Hawthorn 7-12-54, North Melbourne 13-6-84. 30 points in front with about, let me see, I would say about 13 minutes to go, Lou.
Well, OK, North Melbourne heading for their first premiership. And the players must be really on their toes. Listen to that crowd going mad.
And Lou, do you know that these players are competing, the winning team, the WD&HO Wills Award, the winning team will get $13,000 and the runners-up will get $6,000 in the Wills Award.
There's the ball out again, and North Melbourne get it out, but there's Trott going after it. He's pushed aside. North Melbourne desperate at the moment as we wait for the umpire to bounce the ball. North Melbourne with their sights on their first flag. Down she goes. Knocked away by Cowton. Up towards their forward line. Good play by Peter Knights. But I think he might know he hasn't put it out of bounds. Chance for Schimmelbusch to mark. Staying at the back was Cowton. He can't get clear. Gregg's there backing up well. Look at this fella go now. Gregg's ready to send him to attack. He's going to boot the ball long up towards Wade. What's going to happen now? The ball's pushed to the ground. Kikovic trying to get clear. Gets a hand pass. Breakfast missed it. There's Wade going for a goal. Oh! He's kicked a point. He's kicked a point. He could have run another 10 metres. That puts them 31 points in front. That means they've got to kick 6 goals at the moment, Hawthorn, if they want to win the match. 7 goals, 12, 54, Hawthorn. The North Melbourne, 13-7, and the time, Michael.
Coming up to the 18-minute mark in the final quarter. Bremner goes straight up the ground. It's a good kick too, and nobody able to take the mark. Davis is dragged to the ground. It's called play on, and umpire Kevin Smith will bounce. Between the centre and centre-half forward positions for North Melbourne. There'll be a hot time in our old town tonight. There's the bounce. There they go. Tuck gets a tap down. Cable gets it. Cable kicks it forward. Jones knocks it out of danger. But in comes Burns. It's taken there by Arnold Bridus. Bridus screws it around. It bounces. It's another goal. He's kicked 3 goals, Bridus. The scoreboard reads Hawthorn 17-12-54. North Melbourne 14-7-91. And I reckon we can say now you're seeing history. North Melbourne on the way to their first premiership, and damn good luck to them.
And it's 37 points in front as we wait for the umpire to throw the ball down. North Melbourne, the crowd are going berserk here.
Let us not forget Hawthorn. Those Hawthorn blokes are fighting it out every inch of the way.
There she goes. Knocked out by Nolan. In goes Cable. He can't get clear, but the umpire will ball it up. I'd say a free kick to Cable. And they go to attack again, North Melbourne. There's little Barry Cable, the little champ himself. Oh, they're playing hot football at the moment, North Melbourne. The first premiership in sight. He's gone for a hand pass to Sam Kickovich. They're showing a lot of confidence. Another short pass to Davis. Davis is a little short of the half-forward line, up towards the wing position. The crowd really on their toes, even though they're a short pass to Cable again. They appear to be rattled at the moment, Hawthorn. I know this game slipped right out of their hands. Oh, they've had many good players, North Melbourne. Waiting on the ball. Up it goes by Cable. A long kick up to the full forward zone. At the back is Wade. He's overrun the ball. Picked up by Bremner. The ball goes back towards that half-back line. Knocked, good mark to Rice. And a good mark to Rice at half-back. And they're still, 37 points in front, North Melbourne. As we see Rice drove the ball around towards the wing position. Punched away, back to Cable. He's grabbed. He's pushed in the back and get a free kick. And Cable takes the free kick on the wing position.
20 minutes gone in the final quarter. Look at Barassi on the right-hand side of your screen. He's still not convinced it's won. He wants to hear that final siren. Cable coming up now. It's a nice kick too. It's a beautiful kick, in fact. Bridus comes in there. But look at those Hawthorn defenders still going. Schimmelbusch is grabbed. In comes Peter Knights. Forces the ball forward. Knights takes it. Gets it up to the half-forward flank for Hawthorn. Calvin Matthews is there. Calvin Matthews moving forward. He could run into trouble. No, he takes his kick. It's a high one. Moncrief is there. Gumbelin knocks the ball away. Up they go again. Gumbelin appealing for the mark. And he was the only one to touch it, actually. And so that was the right decision. He was the only one to touch it. And a 15-metre penalty. Gumbelin from the half-back flank, hand passes to Cowton. Cowton gets it across here to Malcolm Blight. Malcolm Blight gets it down into the forward zone once again. No mark, can't cheer for Burns. He's going to be tackled by Welch. A long hand pass to Arnold Bridus. Bridus steadies, he shoots at the big ones. And there's another one. That's the 4th goal to Bridus.
Final wrapped up. Down she goes. And there's a free kick. Someone's gone over the line. A free kick to North Melbourne. It's all North at the moment. North are well on top. How many minutes we play?
22 minutes gone.
22 minutes gone, and North Melbourne just about ready to fly that flag. Their first ever as the ball goes deep to attack. Up towards Wade and Bremner. Pushed away, grabbed by Burns. Over to Schimmelbusch, another goal. Oh, they're streaking away. That's his second goal. And Hawthorn. 7 goals, 12-54. Look at that score for North Melbourne. 16-7, 103 points. And they have this 1975 grand final and the flag flying on top of the gasometer for the first time.
22 and a half minutes gone. They're going to bring on Goodingham by the look of it. Smith bounces in the centre. Nolan moves in once again. Up goes Jones with him, still battling, taken by Lee Matthews. Matthews breaks clear, puts his boot in with deep into the forward zone. Plenty of North defenders there. Moncrief has the opportunity, but Dench forces it through for one behind to Hawthorn. Oh, listen to this crowd. Hawthorn 7-13-55, North Melbourne 16-7-103. Who's coming off? Nolan's off. Nothing wrong with him, but to allow Goodingham, another ruckman, to come on. So Lurch, Barry Goodingham is on the field as Rantel takes that ball from the kick-off. Rantel gets it to the wing position on the outer side. Schimmelbusch and Rice going for it. Schimmelbusch breaks clear. Everything is going right for North Melbourne at this stage. They kick in towards centre half forward. Plenty of them there. Kekovich tries to break clear. He's being hung on to, as you can see. The ball comes across here at Brightus. A short one in here towards Feltham. Feltham gets it over to Cable. Cable steadies. He shoots. One behind. Boy, what a finish to the season.
What a finish. We wait now for the full-back. Bremner to bring the ball back into play. There's the kick out towards that centre-half back position. Oh, nearly a mark to Sam. He couldn't get clear. And there we see going for the ball as Hendry gets a wild hand pass out to Hamlet. Oh, beautiful play by Chisnell. How are they playing with confidence now as the ball goes across the green. Staying at the back. Now he picks it up. Recovers beautifully. He's going to have a shot. Now he's going for Wade. Oh, Wade's got a free kick to Wade. A free kick. A free kick to Wade. He's going for his fourth goal. Oh, Gully waiting on Wade to have his shot from about.
Well, Brassey's convinced, pardon me, he's left the stand, he's coming down onto the sidelines now.
Waiting now for Wade to have a go for his fourth goal. And North Melbourne 17. It's been a landslide for North. By golly, they've played great football. There's Doug Wade, the oldest man playing football, but still managed to kick 4 goals so far for his, in the grand final. The kick by Wade is a goal. And they move to 17 goals, 8. 110 points North Melbourne. Hawthorn 7-13, 55 points.
And we're into the time-on period, coming up to the 25.5-minute mark in the final quarter, the 1975 grand final. Look at that. Boy, oh boy.
Well, it's a ring-a-ding-ding for North Melbourne, isn't it?
A ring-a-ding-ding, Louis, all right. There's Barassi. Look at him. He's cracking it for a smile. His first smile in weeks. Here's Barry Davis driving that ball forward for North. Deep into the forward zone once again. In comes Feltham. Feltham into an open goal. He couldn't miss. And there's another one. Oh, they're coming home with a full head of steam. Hawthorn 7-13-55. North Melbourne 18-8, 116. And if anybody reckons that they thought North would win by any margin such as this, then they are dead set romancers.
I'll say they are. But what a great game they've played. Every player on this side has played as if he really wanted to win this flag, and now she's all wrapped up for them. What a sight it'll look. And what a time they'll have in the old town tonight at the Southern Cross, a lot of them. There's the bounce down. Up it goes. Goodingham gets the tap down. Taken away by Tuck. But they're only playing by memory now, Hawthorn, as the ball goes back to centre-half back. Picked up by Calvin Matthews. A shot for goal. It's a goal, but it's a long time coming, a goal for Hawthorn. And they go to 8 goals, 13. 61 points.
That's their first goal this quarter, Luke.
To North Melbourne, 18 goals, 8. 116 points. Doesn't that make you feel tremendously happy when you see that North Melbourne score? The first time ever to win a flag. And don't they deserve it?
27 minutes of the final quarter gone.
There's Barassi sitting down there waiting to go on there and congratulate his players because it's a foregone conclusion now.
I'd reckon. Still the Hawthorn boys are battling it out. Up goes Goodingham, and he gets a tap away too, but it goes to Lee Matthews. Lee Matthews over centre half forward. Up goes Crosswell, and he takes a screamer. Gee, he's played a magnificent game, this fellow, Brent Crosswell. Crosswell from the back line drives it out towards the half-back flank on the member stand side, taken by Barry Davis. And he looks as if he's cramped up a little bit. He won't keep that cramp on for long, I can assure you. This is too exciting as he gets into the wing position. Up goes Feltham, juggles a mark, but he'll be paid. It hung on to it long enough. Feltham, a little short of the wing position, actually. There it goes to the half-forward flank. Goodingham is a man in front. Martello goes from behind. In comes Cable. But Peter Knights is there. Magnificently done as usual. Peter Knights, a big kick in towards centre half-forward, and the crowd applauding his effort. But look at Henshaw's great mark. Henshaw of North Melbourne at the true centre half-back position. About to drive Hawthorn out. They're showing them no mercy. The kick over the centre. Cable waits there as Martello goes up for it. It comes down here to Desmar. Gets it out to the half-forward flank on that outer side. Henry is racing for it. Crosswell is after him. Grabs him too. A hand pass goes here to Rawlings. Little Rawlings of Hawthorn takes a run. He runs into David Denton. Will be holding the ball. Yes, indeed. Temper's getting a bit frayed because those players have given their all out there in this 75 grand final as David Dench comes up. Kicks on its way to the wing position on the outer side. Up goes Goodingham, knocks it away from Big Al Martello. Goodingham gets it over to Keith Gregg. Gregg going through his run again. Now I wonder how far he'll go this time. He can go a little way. Gregg is still going. A hand pass over here towards Burns. Burns gets into trouble, out of trouble. Back to Gregg. Gregg of North Melbourne steadies. The pass is good and is accepted by Shimmerbush. Shimmerbush looks for the lead. It's going to come off Pekovic. Oh, God, he's missed it.
He dropped an easy one. This gives Scott a chance to break clear. There's Scott going around the half-back line. And he's showing tremendous spirit too. He sides down, but he still gets his kick. He's just about exhausted as the ball comes back to Scott again. But he's too tired to take it. This allows Henshaw to boot the ball. Up to the full forward zone again. And a mark to Arnold Bridus. He's only about 45 metres out from goal, directly in front. Already kicked 4 goals, 3 goals this quarter. Going for the 19th goal, North Melbourne. Waiting on Arnold Bridus. There's the kick. It looks good. Another goal to North. North Melbourne, 19 goals, 8. 122 points to Hawthorn, 8-13, 61.
It's the 1975 flag, and as we've said repeatedly, and we don't apologise for that, it's great for football to see North Melbourne taking out their first flag. A bounce in the centre. Siren should go at any moment as Goodingham knocks it down to Burns. Burns goes to the half-forward flank on the outer side. Cable's racing for it here with Welsh. Welsh leading in the race for the ball, but over the line she goes, and there'll be a throw-in on North Melbourne's half-forward flank on the outer or southern side. North Melbourne have doubled Hawthorn's score. Goodingham comes in once again. He taps it down once again too, but it's taken there and driven out of danger by Ablett. It's on the wing position, taken here by Hendry of Hawthorn. Hendry tries a hand pass over here towards Trott. Trott, he deep into the forward zone. They back there, or Murphy. No free kick picked up by Moncrief. He screws it over his shoulder. This should be good, and it is. That's his second, Moncrief. So the scoreboard reads Hawthorn 9-13-67, well behind North Melbourne 19-8, 122. Ball being brought back towards the centre. The siren should go at any given moment. And boy, I reckon all hell will break loose then.
Well, the police are pretty well around the ground, Michael.
As usual, the Victoria Police Force doing their magnificent job. I think we come to expect it all the time, but they do a magnificent job. Bounced by Kevin Smith. Martello gets right across the back of Goodingham, right over the top, and Goodingham will take the free kick. Barry Goodingham. It's a big kick too to the centre half forward position. Scott knocks the ball away. The ball is picked up by Jaworski. Back in towards the centre here. This is a pretty long quarter. In they come. It's North Melbourne through Chisnell, getting that ball to the half forward flank on the northern side of the ground. Trotter's after it. It's a siren. Siren's gone. North Melbourne's first ever flag. And the final scoreboard now reads at the MCG in the 1975 Grand Final. The final scoreboard reads North Melbourne 19-8, 122. Hawthorn 9-13-67.
Well, there it was, North Melbourne's first ever flag, far too good for Hawthorn on that occasion, but of course the Hawks would have come back in 1976 and turned the tables on the Kangaroos. Great Grand Finals is our program tonight in lieu of the postponed Great Grand Finals, and there certainly have been some great ones over the past 20 years, haven't there? We've just seen North Melbourne's first ever premiership back in 1975. For Ron Barassi, it was one of the greatest highlights of his already proud career. For John Kennedy of Hawthorn, it was indeed something else.
The way they played and the way they finished, and they had a smell of the first premiership, and I don't think any side would have stopped them when they saw victory in their grasp, and that was their first premiership. And when you get 18 fellows after the one thing with such an intense desire and coached by Barassi, it's pretty hard to do much about it. And we were whipped, and we had to suffer the disgrace of having people around the club say, I don't think Hawthorn tried. But it certainly enabled us to sow a few seeds for the next year. And it, you know, although we were badly beaten in 75, it made everybody very close together for 76, and that's about the only good we got out of it, I think.
It was magic, it really was. First of something special. Not many people in the modern era can claim that joy. Hawthorn 61, Footscray 54, and St Kilda 66, and North Melbourne 75. All the other famous clubs had their go a long while ago at the first. But I can remember going back to the social club afterwards, and I'd been pleasured in grand finals myself before, and I'd been spoiled in that regard. So my greatest pleasure that night was watching the old supporters, you know, 50, 60 and 70-year-olds, just the pleasure. Oh, those people too, but they were just beside themselves, and you know, they were saying, you know, if I die now, it doesn't matter, sort of thing. It was absolutely magnificent.
John Kennedy and Ron Barassi speaking about the grand final back in 1975. As we welcome to our studio, it was a year for the aerialists. Let's take a look now at some of the great marks of a very memorable season.
Bueller doesn't make the distance. Look at this battle going. Hard towards centre half forward for us. Oh, getting up high.
Out of the square now, kicking back toward the men beside half-back flank position. Jesselenko tries from behind, and that's a beautiful mark. That's it.
No, it's Harrison. No, Knight. I've got it right.
Look at Wade will fly from behind, gets up. Plays on a long kick up towards Neil.
Hopeful that their teammate can save it, and that's exactly
a kick. Ball to them back to him. McClaw will fly from behind, and the mark to Friday.
I was looking for Quinlan, but the winner.
In finals, you end up back in 1970 and Carlton's great recovery against Collingwood. And as a former Collingwood man, Lou, I guess you remember that well.
Well, I do remember it well, and I think you'll agree, Bob, that they had an unbeatable lead in those days of, I don't know what the exact score was. I know they were well in front, but a lot of people don't know the true story that Collingwood had 3 or 4 players that were, you know, pretty severely injured at half-time. It's not making excuse for the Magpies.
It is, though, isn't it?
Well, it is to a certain degree, but Barassi was a little bit upset at half-time with his side's performance, and I know that the story is that he told the players doesn't care what they do as long as they hand pass, doesn't care what position they hand pass from. Of course, that changed the style of football as we know today.
That was probably the start of today's pattern, because they did catch Collingwood unawares. They were, I remember Percy Jones in defence in the goal square, hand passing out to the back pocket, and they did catch Collingwood on, you know, on the wrong foot. Then, of course, probably the one game that everybody remembers, Ted Hopkins.
Teddy Hopkins.
Yes,
and he finished up kicking a number of goals against Colin Tully. And poor old Colin Tully, he copped the brunt of everything because he happened to be his opponent. And I really do not blame Tully. It's the players up the field who didn't put the pressure on the rest of the Carlton players coming down the ground. It's easy to blame the last guy, you know, in the line, the guy that's actually playing on the player. In this case, it was Ted Hopkins. But overall, it was a magnificent comeback by Carlton and a great coaching feat by Barassi because he was prepared to try something new.
And another grand final we lost, Peter.
The buck stops here. Well, that's the old story, isn't it? OK, well, over the years, we've shown you the final quarter of that particular match many times. But tonight, let's look now at actually how the game swung. The margin in Collingwood's favour at half-time was 44 points, and the Blues under Ron Barassi, they were, as Bob mentioned, rattled. Changes were made. Caution was thrown to the wind. Off the bench came Teddy Hopkins, and these few minutes were to inscribe his name into football's history books. And we pick up play at the start of the third quarter.
Umpire Don Jolly about to bounce the ball, starting the third quarter of the 1970 Victorian Football League Grand Final, Carlton and Collingwood. Collingwood well in command at this stage. The scoreboard reading, Collingwood 10-13 to Carlton 4-5. What will happen? Hopkins is on for Carlton and Thornley is off. White, who's at centre half back, picks up now. He kicks wide out towards Jackson. Jackson can't get the run of the ball. Lee Adamson knocks it away from him. A chance here for Gould. Oh, Gould goes through like a train. A hand pass across here to David Mackay.
Oh.
Mackay steadies his neck going down behind play as Mackay gets his kick down towards centre half forward. And there's a mark taken by Terry Waters, the Collingwood skipper. Waters now to the wing position. He's looking for Dean. Dean's under the ball and takes a mark. Plays on immediately. Dean now swinging in towards centre half forward. Silvani's there for Carlton and takes a beautifully judged mark.
Under a lot of pressure there too. Hand passes to Crane. Crane from the wing position, tackles solidly but gets his kick up towards the half-forward flank, and it'll be O'Callaghan's mark paid. Crowd felt that Croswell could have been given a free kick.
He may have tripped himself, actually, Butch. There's a kick now. Jerker Jenkins comes in there for Collingwood, got his hands to it, but out it goes to Silvani. The old master, Sergio Silvani, down towards centre half forward for Carlton. They fly high. Potter of Collingwood comes out with the ball. Potter into the centre of the MCG. Greening of Collingwood with it. Greening wide to the half forward flank on the outer side. There's Tuddenham is on top of the ball. Gill is after him. Oh, Tuddenham finesses around. Gets his kick down here towards Britton. Britton's mark. Oh, Collingwood doing it on the bit at the moment. Ted Whitten, comment from you.
This is where I believe Collingwood should finish on top, Mike, particularly after the first break and after the second semi. There's his kick now up to McKenna. McKenna, but from behind Paul. Paul punches it away. It comes to the ground. Picked up by Gallagher, the rover for Carlton. Looking downfield for a player to take possession. Connell drops a plane, drops a mark. Over to Gould. Gould runs around, has a left foot kick. But it's out of bounds on the full, and a free kick will go to Teddy Potter, the centre half back for Collingwood.
Good play by Adamson there to force him wide to the boundary.
Under a lot of pressure, Carlton. Potter goes for the kick. The centre of the ground, centre half forward. Jenkins, the Collingwood ruckman's in there. It's tapped to the ground. Gould picks it up number 11. One-handed, flashy football, but it's a big kick down to the half forward line, looking for Jesselenko. But it's Croswell at his mark. Croswell plays on, gives the ball to Walls. Walls has a long shot for goal. Jones is there, down to Teddy Hopkins, the 19th man. He's got the goal, and a through, what a through.
The business too, if you remember, in the second semi. Back in the centre, the bounce of the ball. Waters trying to pick it up, couldn't do so. Gould's got him.
He's holding the ball, Gould's free kick.
Oh, look at Carlton, they're playing on it every opportunity. Gould drives down, Jesselenko. Jesselenko's dropped it, but he butters up a left foot snap. This is going to go through, or close to it. No, a mark. Hopkins again. Hopkins again.
Gee, that was good play on that kid's part. Snapped it off the back of the pack. Good anticipation.
3.5 minutes into the third quarter, and Hopkins has kicked 2 goals within a minute.
What's that mean? 4-8. Or 5 goals too.
Exactly the same, Butch. It's a repetition of the second semi with Teddy Hopkins. He kicked 3 in the third quarter in the second semi-final.
The messenger out to the back pocket player, minding Hopkins. And he'll be giving a few stern words to Tully.
Wrestle made a big difference.
Nothing much he could do about it. It was brilliant football by Hopkins.
Back in the centre, Don Jolly bounces the ball. Jenkins goes for a big knock away, but John Nichols was equal to the task.
Oh, Jenkins, he gave away a free kick.
Right, yes, but he almost got away with it. Jenkins now out wide here, and a chance for Greening to take it. Greening of Collingwood with the ball. Oh, his kick, it's a glorious drop kick about 30 yards out from the big sticks. Up goes Thompson. Through comes Tuddenham. Tuddenham snaps. It's offline, however, close to the boundary line. It's touched over. Oh, declared over on the full.
Yes, I go along with it.
I won't argue, Teddy. Kevin Hall to take it.
Good strong play there by Tuddenham. He's the boy to bring Collingwood back, and they certainly need to keep this lead because you can only relax for minutes, or you can't relax for minutes in this game here. There's the kick done from behind, couldn't mark, but recovered nicely, hooks in towards the boundary line, and a mark to Max Richardson. Deep on a half-forward flank and on an angle. He's going to pass this. Oh, bad kick.
Yeah, pass to somebody in the crowd.
Gary Crane to the centre for Carlton and Robinson to the wing. But Kai has gone to the ruck back pocket for Carlton.
Here's a lot of changes.
Oh, a hand pass by Kevin Hall. A long one too to Silvani. Good play. Silvani kicks into the centre. Reading is sweating on the ball. There he comes through with it. Runs in a bit of trouble. Oh, and over he goes. Where free kick.
Greetings at centre half forward. A good long way out. If he kicks it, he'll have to kick it a mile. McKenna in the square. Greening coming up. McKenna positioning himself. Good, but Hall in front takes the mark. Good play by Kevin Hall, who's been under a tremendous amount of pressure. As Bluey Adams mentioned, McKenna's let out and put a lot of pressure onto Hall. As the hand pass to Silvani again. Silvani's kicks high into the centre. Up they go for it. No mark. Down onto the ground. There's a chance for Robertson. Ian Robertson turning right across the centre of the ground out to Croswell. Croswell goes for the mark and he plays on. Oh, he's in trouble and loses the ball. Oh! Tuddenham now. It's holding the ball. Decision to Tuddenham, but I thought he held him a bit high.
Carlton are playing to instruction from Barassi to play on with their handball to open up the game.
Tuddenham now down towards centre half forward. Thompson under the ball. Barry Gill comes through. He can't go anywhere. Through comes Silvani for Carlton. Gets it across here to Pennell. Pennell of Carlton down towards the centre half forward position. Up goes Robert Walls. Couldn't pull it in. Potter of Collingwood comes through. Potter a hand pass to Tuddenham. Tuddenham steadies and a glorious pass by Tuddenham to Greening. Greening back to Tuddenham.
Oh.
Tuddenham gets his kick and he's unloaded. But play on is the call. The ball is driven down towards centre half forward for the Blues. Jones flies high, but waiting there is Terry Waters to take a good mark.
Playing a real captain's game, this fellow. Into Price. Price marks. He plays on from the centre. One bounce. Looking for McKenna. Bad kick, though. Gives it to Dunn. Dunn plays on. And it's reckless football now. A long shot at goal. Offline and 1 point.
That's where they have trouble, and you're watching this direct. Through ATN 7 in Sydney, RBN 2 in Wagga, CTC 7 Canberra, TVW 7 in Perth, ADS 7 in Adelaide. And of course the replay from Channel 7 here in Melbourne through BTV 6 Ballarat, BCB 8 Bendigo, GMB 6 Shepparton, AMB 4 Albury, MTN9 in Griffiths, and of course our very good friends down there in Tasmania who are always with the Channel 7 coverage from Melbourne.
Ian Robertson gets the free kick and kicks up towards centre half forward. Jenkin in good position. Oh, but beautiful mark the Wolves right over the top of the pack.
Oh, Barassi's really stirred them up, hasn't he?
Well, it's their only hope, Michael. The last game of the year. This
Jesselenko couldn't get to it. Taken by Adamson. Adamson a hand pass intercepted by Nichols. Nichols a long hand pass towards Gallagher. But through they come. O'Callaghan is there. Jackson picks up for Carlton. Jackson a left foot snap. Oh, he's got it through.
Beautiful goal by Jackson. Good football by Carlton in this quarter. They have reduced the lead by Collingwood. 10-14 to 7-5. Looks a little bit better from Carlton's point of view. And they certainly are playing on, using the handball, possibly overdoing it, but trying to upset Collingwood's play-on game. There's a bounce. Jones gets it down. Oh, pulled from behind by Tuddenham. Or Brittle was. Free kick going to Teddy Hopkins, a rover for Carlton. Number 7 in the centre of the ground. Goes for the punt kick, torpedo punt. Looking for Jesselenko. Clifton's from behind, punches the ball. Heatkins comes through, misses the ball. And Croswell, umpire Jolly said it was too high. And will take the free kick.
Boy, are they coming back.
He would be 40 yards out of goal.
Don't tell me another one's going to slip away from the Maggies.
Croswell, number 17 on the half-forward flank. Umpire Jolly telling Collingwood players to get away from the mark. 10 yards distance they must be. He comes in with the drop punt, lines it up. It looks pretty good in transit, and it's right through the middle. There's another one for Carlton. What's that like before? The fourth in this quarter. And a tremendous opening to the second half by Carlton.
2-9 the difference. It's still a good lead, but not forgetting that Collingwood came into this third quarter with a 7-goal 2 lead.
That's right.
Carlton have kicked 4 goals in 7 minutes between the 2.5-minute mark and 9.5-minute mark in the third quarter. There's Silvani with the ball for Carlton. Silvani down towards centre half forward. They fly high. Nobody able to pull it in. They butter up again, but Jackson comes out with it. Jackson a drop kick down forward. Big Nichols is there. The ball is knocked away. Tully comes in for Collingwood. Tully gets a hurried kick out towards the half-back flank on the member stand side. Dean comes out with the ball. Dean now a left foot snap. Oh, but it's a wild one, and Robert Walls again. Walls, a quick hand pass to Hopkins. Hopkins in a bit of trouble, but he shoots. He's put it through. That's his third.
Smart play by Nichols there to let that ball drop through. And I can tell you, Carlton are really back in this. Ted, you said before they are reckless with their play on game, but it's the only thing to do in this circumstance.
10.5 minutes gone into the third quarter, and look at the scoreboard. Oh.
And Mike, Johnny Gould has gone to the wing for Carlton.
15 points of difference. That's right, check it, right. And there's Carlton going forward. Pennell with the ball. Pennell down towards Hopkins. And now taken by O'Callaghan.
O'Callaghan shifted into the back pocket.
A tighter player, O'Callaghan, too.
A good move by Rose then.
Oh, can Collingwood stem the flow of goals? Waters couldn't get his kick. Through comes Crane. And Crane will get the kick.
Free kick was for
quickly, over he goes to Ian Robertson. Robertson now for Carlton. Drives down towards the big ones. Nichols is there, taps it across very cleverly. They're after it. Robert Walls is in there. Walls now, a hand pass by him. Jackson comes through. Jackson unloaded. Jackson still going. Can't get his kick, he's still going. Through they come, Jesselenko in there. Potter picks up for Collingwood now. And Potter drives out, he's looking for Waters. And they're out of that one. Boy, oh boy, Butch Gale.
Terrific play. In towards Price in the centre. Big Jones comes through. Knocks the ball away. Crane, Price. Crane underneath it and gets the free. And the player unloaded there. There's a kick in towards centre half forward. They're going to Robert Walls' mark. Great play by Carlton. He steps around Potter. Races into an open goal. A long shot.
There's another one.
Oh boy.
Good football, Carlton.
Now you know what we mean, you interstate viewers, by the excitement of this great game.
There's Coach Ron Barassi, right in the corner there of the grandstand. A lot happier coach now at this particular stage. They've kicked, what, Mike, 5 in this quarter? 6 goals in this quarter.
They've kicked 6 goals between the 2:30 mark and the 12-minute mark. All about that.
There's the bounce down to Silvani. Silvani kicks forward again. Teddy Hopkins, Walls has the ball. A hurried kick forward. Jesselenko underneath. But over the line it goes for another throw-in on Carlton's forward pocket position.
Would you credit this?
Oh, good night, Irene.
It's a throw-in in the forward pocket. Boundary umpire.
Eakins reckoned that went out on the full, but he couldn't fool the umpire. In goes Jenkins, hits down. Hopkins has it. He tries to scramble the ball. Jesselenko shoots.
Oh, look at this.
There's another one. There's the 7th. There's a complete reversal of ball by Carlton. That's complacency set in with Collingwood.
They've kicked 7 goals, Teddy. Carlton have kicked 7 goals in 10.5 minutes.
Well, this is what the public want.
3 points.
Carlton finally got up to win the match by 10 points, 111 to 101, and that was back in 1970, pre-colour, but still Arnold from 1970. And let's go back to the interview position now. This is how Magpies coach Bobby Rose summed up what was a very disappointing day for him.
McKenna had kicked 8, 9 and 9 goals in the 3 games that year against Carlton, and he had 5 during the second quarter against Carlton in the grand final, which is not a bad year's performance. And with his injury and falling away, he had 8 kicks in the first quarter and dropped down to 2 in the second quarter, and he only kicked 1 more goal in the second half. And now that I really believe we still shouldn't have lost the premiership. There's no doubt about that. It was bad play generally, but that with McKenna 100% fit, I would have topped things.
Bob, do you think there's such a? Is it correct to say that the gods are with you or against you in a grand final?
Oh, I think you've summed it up pretty well from my position. In, say, June, when it was a certainty that the Collingwood team was going to be in the finals, and this happened year after year, the people in the street would comment, are you going to let us down again?
And one of the nicest guys ever to coach a football team too was Bob Rose. Lou and Bob, looking at that film, it's interesting, the drop kicks gone out of the game altogether.
Well, yet we saw quite a few drop kicks there, Bob, and the only fellow that really flummed a drop kick was one of the best drop kicks in the business, was Barry Price.
No better kick of any football than Barry Price.
Peter McKenna would vouch for that.
Peter McKenna would. Peter McKenna used to complain if he put the lace out. He put the lace in, hurt his chest.
One of the amazing things about that grand final where Carlton came home, I thought that they'd won it straight after after half-time because you know, you forget things, but it took them to right up till near the end of the quarter to get up to Collingwood. But the amazing game that Sergio Silvani played, and what a great player he was, and you saw Ragsy Gould running around the place, and the determination of the Carlton side, of course, and that's been their...
As quick as the game is now, the Sergio Silvanis would still dictate
my word,
terms.
Sergio would be a sensational player today.
You know what was also very rememberable from that year? Jez's mark.
Yes.
Let's go and take a look at that now. There were some great marks taken in 1970, but Jez's screamer, that was the one that people talk about still today.
To the centre of the ground. Oh, mark! Terrific mark.
Playing well.
O'Day, a good kick to the wing position on the outer side. The old cowboy quarter.
Read the time on.
The kick taken by Ronaldson. It's a long one to the edge of the goal square. Up they go. Scarlett. Oh, a beauty with the ball. His kick now going down forward. There. Jesselenko, look at that. Oh!
Connell breaks right across that centre wing position up towards Jackson and Lewis. Jackson rode Lewis all the way. A beautiful. He plays on. His kick in towards the half forward.
Oh, beautiful. And Robertson was there to get it. Jesselenko looking for that lead. The kick down. Jesselenko comes in, goes up. Oh, what a mark. The ball taken by Crane of Carlton. Crane drives in towards centre half forward. Jackson.
Yes. I didn't think he was going to play it, Mike. He was spot on.
Mackay to the wing position on the member stand side. Oh, Jesselenko, you beauty.
Well, there were two great marks taken there by Jesselenko. Looking at it again, I thought the first one was the better of the two.
I did too. It was a magnificent mark. But Jezza, in those 2 years, he played great football, Bob, and Jesselenko at his best, there's nothing better to look at. And I still think those fellas, you know, we say modern football, those guys would still get a game today and play just as well.
I think the other 11 clubs were all a bit fortunate that Jezza was a little lazy.
Yeah, it's could have been so, but, you know, it's great to go back into the past and see those great champions, Bob, and, you know, it just brings back and it makes you feel, well, it makes you realise just how good they are.
It makes you realise that champions today would have been champions then, and champions then would still be champions today.
Well, the three have scores been level on the final siren of a grand final. The first was in 1948 when Essendon kicked a premiership away and Melbourne won the replay, and the second was in 1977. The combatants then were Barassi's North Melbourne and Hafey's Magpies. Once again, Collingwood had let things slip. From a 27-point lead at the final change, the margin had rapidly been eroded away, and we pick up play some 19 minutes into the final term.
In this final quarter, Thompson uncontested in the ruck, handballs out to Worthington, that's dangerous. Worthington will go over the handball and turn out towards half-back, taken by Billy Picken, loves to run and he's off. He'll go for a long handball, I think he'll have to hurry though he does. Oh, it's dangerous, centre wing, chance of Barham. Barham and turn towards Wearmouth, in quick that he can. Oh, yes, the bounce! Oh, it's been busted aside. Chimbles in hot pursuit, very close to boundary line, and in fact a boundary throw-in, but the Magpies now into attack. They lead by a point. 21 minutes of play approaching in the final quarter. And that ball went so fast, there's no ruckman on the spot. Rene King contesting, chance for Byrne, Cable's there. Plenty of North Melbourne players. Cable out towards Xavier Tanner. By God, what a game he's played. Handball gives Keane on the run. Towards the centre. Quickly done. Oh, spilled it badly. Taken by Gumbleton. 12. Back towards Montgomery. Until Montgomery breaks clear. Will go for a long kick down towards full forward. He's about 70 metres out. In towards Arnold Brightus. He's got it. Well, Brightus has kicked 6 behinds to date. Well, will it be 7 behinds, and will the scores be level, or will Arnold Brightus kick straight for the first time in the game and put North Melbourne in front? 22 minutes of play approaching the 1977 grand final. Collingwood lead by a point. Brightus directly in front, only about 25 metres out, lining up for his first goal or his 7th behind. Drop punt.
He's put it through for a point.
It's his 7th behind and scores a level.
Oh, golly, we could be back here next week again.
It cost another 100,000.
Okay, scores dead level, 69 points apiece. There's the scoreboard in the 1977 grand final, approaching the 21-minute mark. Or over the 21-minute mark, actually. And the ball back into play. It'll be a long quarter as the ball goes out there towards that half-back line. Punched away. Has to go for Byrne. An open goal. He fires. And this looks like 1 point and North a bit the front now. Look at North Melbourne score. 9:21 to Collingwood 9:15. So North go to 70 points to Collingwood 69. And by golly, the Magpies, they've got to come to life now as the ball is driven out there towards Maggrove. Can he mark it? Punched away by Cowton. It comes to Cable, but he overruns the ball. Picked up here by Hyde. The ball driven out towards Twiggy Dunn and Gumbledon. There they go, battling hard. It's Gumbledon smothering the ball. Twiggy Dunn's got it now. He's going to go for a run. He's clear. Boots the ball well up there towards that full forward zone. There's Croswell and Moore going for it. Up the back is a little Wearmouth. Can he get clear? Right on his tail is Henshaw, but he's grabbed on the line. And the ball is out of bounds. This time it's in the Collingwood forward pocket, only about 25 metres around from their goal. They've got to score here to make the scores level with a point or kick a goal and be in front. Grabbed here by Montgomery. He's played a fantastic game. Out it goes there to Stan Ellis. He had a ball on that wing position there today. He's been unbeatable. They've got Anderson on him now. Put Gordon out of business for about 3 quarters. Short pass. It's okay, and there's a good mark to Xavier Tanner, playing a great game too. He's really come to life since half-time. Xavier Tanner. North Melbourne in front by a point at the 23.5-minute mark as the ball goes out there wide. Arnold Bridles playing a great game but not kicking too straight. Let's see what he can do with this. The ball is shot up towards the full forward zone. Up there's Baker, got the mark. Baker's got it. This could be named. He's already kicked 5. And he's got the chance to put him in right in front by 7 points. There's Thompson looking a very detective player.
24 minutes of play have elapsed for you in this final quarter.
Here he goes now. Baker. This could sew it up for North Melbourne as he fires it through, and North Melbourne hit the front by 7 points. That's Baker's 6th goal. There he is, holding his hands up like he was the world champion heavyweight. Number 29. He certainly played a pretty good game today, kicking 6 goals. And North Melbourne now looking good for the 1977 grand final. Collingwood, to me, look as though they're stopped to a war.
Bond on the ground too for the Magpies, number 15 coming on. And Anderson is off the ground, but there's still a long way to go for a Collingwood supporter. Don't despair, because I would say there's probably about 6 minutes of play at least remaining. 24.5 minutes just ticked over, but I would say this quarter will run for about 31 minutes at least. So North Melbourne back in front by 7 points. Cable. Well, Casson can't break clear. Bond's handle goes straight to Montgomery. His kick smothered. It's very scrambly, desperate football. Almost at the half-forward line of the Magpies, taken turn by Montgomery again. Out towards the centre wing, member side of the ground, and the real chases on now. The boundary line will beat them all. It's going to be a boundary throw in centre wing. North Melbourne leading by 7 points. Well, talk about impossible dreams. We mentioned Collingwood before, but North Melbourne's could come through. They've trailed by 27 points at 3/4 time. They now lead by 7. Casson, centre wing, he's come to life too. Back towards the half-forward line for North Melbourne. It's out of balance in the full. The Magpies to move into attack. Free kick to be taken almost in the centre wing by Billy Picken. Boost towards the half-forward line. Dunn pushed out. Turn it goes by Bond. Good fire on the chance. Plenty of pace to Swallow. Streaming goalwards. Henshaw and Hop to shoot, and another boundary throw in. 25.5 minutes of play now. We're into time on. Probably about 5 minutes remaining. North Melbourne by 7 points in the 1977 grand final.
North Melbourne playing with a lot of determination. They've got a lot of spirit. They've got their spirit up now as the ball comes down here. Good play by Tanner as he clears. He's been a real match winner since half-time. And there's the ball. There's Tanner showing a lot of confidence, running away from his Collingwood opponents who appear to be tired at the moment. Out she goes wide, and there's Baker. Oh, he's got confidence now. Already kicked 6 goals. He'd be about 70 metres out. This would be a miraculous goal if he could kick this one. Here he goes, Baker, number 29. Oh, it's a shocking kick off the side of his boot, but I don't think North Melbourne supporters would growl about him because he's kicked 6 goals. And Baker in your screen there, a player that was rejected by North Melbourne, then given away by Geelong back to North, and he looks like he could be the winner for the 1977 grand final for North Melbourne. Ball pushed out that time by Magro, grabbed by Casson. Has a go now for Baker again. He gets under the ball. Coming out now is Worthington. Can he pick it up? It'll bounce all right, but he's still finding it very hard to pick it up because there's David Dench on his tail. He knocks it over to Montgomery, drives it up towards the full forward zone. Brightus in front, Thompson at the back. He misses the mark. Here's a go now for Manasseh, trying to streak away. He does. He'll go for the long kick, but not a good one. It drops a bit short and right in the hands of Count. They're making mistakes galore, Collingwood, at the 26-minute mark as North Melbourne lead by 7 points in the 1977 Grand Final. There's a beautiful pass. Stan Alves has got out there on his own all day.
He's got about 25 kicks, I think, Louis. Well, 27-minute mark of the Grand Final about to tick over. Short pass to Nettlefold, and by golly, did he bring North to life, and he came on at three-quarter time. Down towards full forward. Sutton can't quite judge it well, though. It's going to bounce over the line, I think, for a boundary throw-in. North Melbourne deep into attack. 28 minutes approaching now. It's a free kick, in fact. Baker clapping bets there. Free kick going Collingwood's way. Short pass goes out towards half-back, taken by Robert Hyde. He wants to hurry up. Only about 3 minutes remaining. The Magpies trail by 7 points out to Betts. Half-back line, Betts in turn towards the centre. Very short kick, though. North Melbourne's half-back line has been superb in this final quarter. Back towards the half-forward line. Thompson, how he lifted his legs. He raced after the ball, and he's played a mighty game for the Magpies. He's very tight indeed. Schimmelbusch the chance. Barham trying to break clear, can't do so. It's going to be a ball up. Centre wing, member side, 28 minutes approaching. And North Melbourne lead by 7 points in the 1977 Grand Final. And it certainly looks like North's second flag in the last 4 years.
There's the bounce again. Thompson knocks it out to Richardson. He's grabbed a bit high and he'll get a free kick. A free kick to Wayne Richardson. Little short of the half-back position, up towards centre wing. Time running out for Collingwood. They trail by 7 points. And the ball driven out there down to the boundary line. But North Melbourne's Montgomery played a darn good game. Gets the ball back from Schimmelbusch. Punched away by Montgomery. A beautiful little play to Nettlefold. And it's out of bounds on the full. And a penalty. Melbourne in front by 7 points. The ball driven over towards the half-forward line. Wearmouth trying to get clear. But he can't. There's Gordon going, but he's grabbed by 3 North Melbourne defenders there, and the umpire will ball it up on Collingwood's half-forward line about 75 metres out from the goal. They're trailing by 7 points, just on 29 minutes gone. Knocked out by Gumbel to the Schimmelbusch. The ball driven back there towards that wing position. Ireland couldn't take the mark. Grabbed by Pickham, but it's a very high kick, putting the Collingwood forwards under the hammer now. There we see the ball pushed out again, backed up by Henshaw. Puckett goes towards Hick. He kicks it off the ground, playing it safe and goes for the boundary line. That's the way to play defensive football when you can't break clear. Don't take a chance, because we wait now for the ball to come back into play. It'll be Keenan and Dunn. Down to Bond. He gets a hand pass. Out to Magro. He's grabbed. He snaps for goal. Up towards Moore, and has a go for Moore. He fires. Oh, and he's put it through. Oh, 1 point. Gully. Oh, that makes the difference. 1 goal. Now, if Collingwood can get a goal, it'll be a draw so far, and we're approaching the 30-minute mark of this last quarter. But there could be about 2 minutes to go, I'd say.
I'd say probably about 90 seconds to 2 minutes, Louis. Brent Croswell kicking off for North Melbourne. The Magpies need a goal to level the scores. Out towards half-back. Magro couldn't collect it. Free kick to Shaw, Collingwood's way. Taking with Robert Hyde. He wants to hurry on. He's wasting time, and Collingwood can't afford that. Hyde down towards full forward. Moore setting himself. Can't grab a chance for Tricky Dunn. Brent Croswell there. They're all fumbling. Half-forward line almost to the forward pocket for the Magpies. Taken by Frank Gumbel, and he can't get an effective boot the ball. Wayne Richardson the chance. The boundary throw-in. It's only about 10 metres around from Collingwood's behind post. They need a goal to tie the scores. About a minute of play remaining. Bond. Down he goes. North Melbourne players galore on that back line. They're all smothering. Umpire allowing play to go on. Back towards half-back it goes. Big lead by Ireland. On the ground, the chance for Renee King. Out it goes to Betts. He can't break clear. He's pushed in the back. Play goes on. Casson appealing for a free kick. Won't get one. It's going to be a ball up about 45 metres out from the Collingwood goal. And they trail by 6 points. The 30-minute mark, 30-and-a-half-minute mark of the final quarter.
Will time run out for Collingwood? Will it be a drawn game as the ball comes down again? Shaw. He goes for a hand pass. There's a go for kick, and the top he fires. Moore coming out after it. Right on his tail is Croswell. He fumbles the ball. He can't pick it up more. Down he goes. There's a go now for Magro. Down he goes. And the umpire would say, Magro getting out now. He snaps for goal. What's the result? It's out of bounds on the full. That's the thing that North Melbourne want, I'd say, because at least it's a penalty-free kick, and a good long kick here will take it away from the danger zone for the time being.
31 minutes have just ticked over, Louis. Not much time to go.
Not much time to go. Collingwood led by 27 points at three-quarter time, I think it was, and now North Melbourne in front by 1 goal. A tremendous recovery by North Melbourne. Ball out towards that half-back line. There's the pack and a mark to Billy Pickin. He better hurry up because time is running out at the 32-minute mark. And scores North Melbourne a goal in front. The kick by Picken is into the goal square. There's a mark here to someone.
It's in front of Twiggy.
It's a Twiggy Dunn, I think, has got it. Oh, golly, it could be a drawn game.
We might be back here next week.
Oh, golly. There's the go now. Twiggy Dunn's got the mark. Will it be a drawn match because we're approaching the 33-minute mark? Time must be running out. Twiggy Dunn with the ball, only about 10 metres out from goal. And look at those North Melbourne players on the mark.
Well,
oh, the pressure on this veteran from Collingwood, played over 200 games, fires for the goals. And he's put it through and scores at that level. Scores at that level. Now, what will happen? Can they get it down there and score a point either side? What a climax this has reached.
33 minutes of play, Louis. The siren will sound very shortly.
I'll tell you what, you wouldn't want to have a week hard today, would you?
It's only a tie for sure. 33 minutes have just ticked over. 53 minutes of play in this final quarter.
And that's Collingwood's first goal for the quarter.
There's the score, 76 points apiece. Well, that was the pressure kick of the season. 54 minutes approaching. No time left. I would say the siren will sound very shortly after this bounce. Can North Melbourne or Collingwood score 8 points? 54 minutes approaching in the final quarter. Scores level. Thompson are contesting. Play still on the centre. Out it goes to Wayne Richardson. Gummerton can't intercept. Play still on the centre. Dribbling forward, down towards full forward. Shaw spills it. Out it goes towards Manasseh. He wants to sit on it if he can. He handball and turn out towards Betts. Betts from the half-back line towards the centre wing. The siren must sound shortly. Sandell's the chance. Centre wing hurries his boot down towards full forward. Plenty of North Melbourne players there. Andrew Allen will score from behind. His neatest play takes the mark. And that, I think, is made certain of a tie. 34 minutes approaching. Allen with the ball on the half-back line.
And the ball driven out there towards Max Richardson, picked up by Little Bob. He's going for a run. Can he get down there in time? There's the siren, I think, for the end of the game.
It's a draw.
It's a draw. The 1977 grand final is a draw. And we'll be back here next week. By golly, another draw. What a great performance it was by North Melbourne. And also by Collingwood to come back in that final stage because it looked as though they were gone beyond recall. Look, there's a bit of a fight going on.
What Keenan's doing is...
Someone should tell him the game's over. It's not worth getting yourself knocked out about.
They played Rene King. It was Peter Keenan. But what a game. Jack Edwards.
Well, what can you say, Jack?
I'm sitting between Jack Edwards, a former North Melbourne champion, and Lou, as you all know, former Collingwood champion. I'm completely unbiased, and we're all even. It's a tie.
76 points each of 2 in the grand final. The grand final replay came out like this with North Melbourne victorious. Very high-scoring game, 151 to 124. And, of course, it had to be Crackers Keenan that was starting to fight.
Well, Crackers and Rene got into it. But what a great game it was. And that was great football, too. And I think you'll agree, too, Bob, that'll be a moment in Twiggy Dunn's life that it'll last forever, that final mark to make that a drawn game.
They've been talking about that for a long time, weren't they?
There's some pressure on the player when you, under those circumstances, you know the siren, you know it could be the last kick of the game, and you know if you miss it, well,
yes,
then it's history for the side, and they are really pressure kicks. But if ever you saw a player that was calm and collected, Twiggy pulled his sock up. That's what is very well, good to watch about young Salmon at the moment. He's never in a hurry. He takes his time, puts the ball between his knees, pulls his socks up and so on. In a la Twiggy Dunn in that shot.
Twiggy Dunn was a great player.
He was a great player.
Never got a lot of credit, but a really fine player for the Magpies.
All right, gentlemen, we'll take the greatest grand finals of all. Tonight, in lieu of the postponed Sterling Cup match between the Swans and the Lions, the Swans just didn't get here in time owing to industrial problems with the Transport Workers Union. Gentlemen, that brings us to the 1966 grand final, the Saints' first ever win by the narrowest of margins. What do you remember about it?
Well, I just remember that it could have been anybody's game, and one of those things happened which, you know, there's got to be an element of luck to win a grand final when it gets that close. And, of course, Barry Breen kicked the point that won the game, and good luck to St Kilda and Barry Breen. But, you know, there's the element of luck there. And when you think about it, if Bob Rose would have had the luck the other way, he could have been one of the great coaches of Collingwood instead of being, you know, one of the unlucky ones. Yes, would you go along with that?
They criticise Collingwood and Rose and other people. I know, you know, clubs like my old club, we would have swapped all of the Collingwood downfalls compared to what we had. At least they got there year in, year out. And I think this is why, I know this is why Collingwood have been a great club in VFL football, because getting there. You know, okay, only one team can win, and it is luck. With one kick at the end of 120 odd minutes, you know, another minute of play that could have been at the other end of the ground. I know that, you know, they can all say that it could have, and could have this and could have that, but it is only luck when it's that close.
Well, they've been great value for their supporters, and that's the reason why they've been a successful club. They haven't been the ultimate success in football over the last, say, 20 years, but they've been successful because Collingwood supporters never take their holidays in September until the last 2 years, of course, because they know very well that the Magpies are going to be in the finals. I think Bob summed this up when we fly up to Sydney. We have something to talk about. He says the kids love Collingwood because they've got value, haven't they, Bob?
Week in, week out for 22 weeks of the year, they've generally, you know, got pretty good value. But this is one of the grand finals that I do love because it is great to see premierships won for the first time. Anything, you know, the America's Cup last year, it's the first, you know, and there's never another first in the America's Cup. And this one was first for St Kilda.
Well, I wish I could have won one of my first Brownlow medals. At least he won 3 of them.
We're probably putting you in the hot seat tonight. They would have shown Collingwood lose just about everything, but never mind.
That proves the point that they are value because over the years they've always been there playing in the finals, haven't they?
All right, Saints supporters, this is your turn. We go back to 1966 and a 1-point win. The Saints' first ever premiership under coach Alan Jeans. Let's go back to the Melbourne Cricket Ground now and watch for that kick by Barry Breen.
Collingwood to break away for 1 second of the game and get on top and become the dictators, they'll find themselves in desperation trouble.
I'll tell you what, it's a dogged struggle out there. Minor, who seems to be getting on top of the ruck, gets a hit out. Taken by Tully. Tully drives forward. Oh, yes, it's Saints driving back towards the centre of the ground, and Darryl Griffiths has marked. Well, can they win their first premiership ever, St Kilda? Up comes Griffiths. He kicks towards centre-half forward. The players set themselves. The ball comes to the ground. Potter tries to break clear with it. It goes to Stewart. He's grabbed. He can't punch it. And it will be a bounce. It's centre-half forward for St Kilda. I'll tell you what, Butch Minot's doing a magnificent job in the ruck now.
He's done very well. In fact, Thompson is the boy that's missing at the moment. Steer hits down. There's a chance for Tottenham. It's picked up by Moran. And Waters will mark.
Where's that fella in the forward pocket?
They've got a man, an extra man on the back line, or they did have. Here's Waters now, kicks in towards Tottenham. Tottenham will mark. He's on the half-back line, just in front of the half-back line.
He must be on the ball, Tottenham. Tottenham about to drive the Magpies forward. There's his kick. Up towards centre-half forward. They set themselves. Oh, Minot went a mile up. Comes down here. Ian Graham drives it forward. The sun's in the players' eyes. It comes to the ground. They overrun it. Picked up by Howell. They'll get a free. No, play on is the call. Gavlich has it. He can't break clear. What's the result? A ball up on Collingwood's half-forward line on the members' side. The official attendance, 101,655. 101,655. There's the bounce. Up they go. Comes down here to Henderson. Henderson, a short one in. And Pitt has marked. Now Pitt, let's have a look. He's a pretty good kick, this fella, too. Pitt is 45 to 50 yards out. Kicking from the members' stand flank. There's the kick. I'll tell you what, this is going to be close. It's through.
1 point the difference, and that's new life back into the Magpies. It's 20 minutes, it's not like 21 minutes gone. And we generally run 30 minutes in these quarters.
Would be a fitting result to this, Ted.
Oh, these players couldn't play again next week after a game like this.
Right, Minot gets a tap down. Griffiths tries to get away. It's picked up by Breen. He drives to centre-half forward. There it goes. The Saints going forward. Montgomery overruns it. In comes Potter. Stacks on the mill. There'll be a ball up. There'll be a ball up at centre-half forward for St Kilda. Just on 22 minutes gone. Umpire Jeff Crouch. Golly, he must be weary. Oh, what guts these fellas are showing. There's the bounce of the ball. Up they go. Steer gets a tap down. Cooper has it. Cooper hooks it around here. It's in the forward pocket. Baldock's racing for it. Can Baldock come out? In comes Patterson to do battle. Picked up by Neil. Oh, he's grabbed around the neck. And he couldn't possibly punch the ball.
Holding the ball.
Oh, turn up.
Definitely holding the ball.
How could he punch it?
He only had him round one arm. It's a free kick to Collingwood now from the back pocket.
Ted?
I agree with Alan Gale on that decision.
All right, I'll bow to your opinion.
Tully!
Back in the centre. Tully couldn't hold it. Comes down to the ground. Here's Laurie Hill coming out with it. Hill drives the Magpies forward. It's on their half-forward flank on the outer side. Sirakovsky's racing for it. Sira has the jump. In comes Graham. Sirakovsky comes out with the ball. In comes Gavalik to do battle, and Sirakovsky relieves the pressure. Kicks to the half-back flank. Over the boundary line it goes, and we'll wait for the throw-in. I'll tell you what, you've got to take your hats off to these fellows. This is a real heart-stopper. Waiting for the throw-in. They set themselves. Minot and Prevestia go for it. Down it comes here. There's a chance for Bingley. But breaking clear, we find Kevin Rose. He drives forward. Taken on the half volley by Murray. Murray's kick, not a particularly good one. Henderson picks up. Henderson drives it high, wide, and handsome. The ball bounces. They set themselves. Thompson's there. In comes Head. In comes Murray, but Thompson's still battling. Head tries to pick it up. Here's a great battle. Wallace. Wallace to Tottenham. Tottenham steadies.
And now it's a draw.
1 point.
73 points each. And what's the time, Mike?
23.5 minutes gone.
Can they get up?
23.5.
Oh, there's tremendous pressure out here. And the excitement, the place is seething. Bob Murray taking his time now, which is not good. It's reckless football that'll win this. And Collingwood now even Stevens with St Kilda. Here's the kick in. Gavalik there. Couldn't mark it. Down it comes. No, Moran couldn't kick it. Look at this little fella, Tully. He gets a left footer. In here to Woods. The forward pocket. Down onto the ground. It's picked up by Wallace. Wallace scrambles the ball in. Murray leads. Oh, Thompson, bad mistake there. And Stewart marks. Stewart gets a long one. In towards the centre half-back position. Waters. Oh, lovely play by Waters. Have a look at this. Pitt back to Potter. Potter kicks the high one. Tully in there and Henderson. Tully couldn't mark. Oh, Henderson should have waited there. It's a scramble of players and Crouch will bounce the ball. Oh, I'll have a heart attack in a minute, honestly. It's ticking on towards time on now, and we're still, it's a drawn match at the moment.
I've already had 3, Butch.
Just on 25 minutes gone, there's the bounce of the ball. Knocked away here. It's taken by Richardson. He drives at the big ones. It's out of bounds in the forward pocket.
Oh.
Out of bounds in the forward pocket on the member stand side.
Michael, this still quarter is not going to go as long as most of them either, but there hasn't been very many scores. Here's the throw in. Thompson in front. He misses the hit down. It's a chance here for young Wallace. He scrambles it, falls on it, and it's got to be bounced.
Roger Head came out with it as we wait for the bounce of the ball. There it goes. The players sit themselves. Thompson takes it. Hand passes to Gavalik. Gavalik a long one. Oh, Tottenham comes in. So too does Baldock. Baldock comes out with the ball. He drives it forward. It's almost in the centre of the ground. Stopped by Laurie Hill. Taken by Adamson. Across to Hill once again. Hill is grabbed. In comes Stewart. Stewart drives it forward. Here's a goal! It's Hayes who came on in the last quarter. He's on the half-forward flank, on the member stand side. Terry Waters is there. Neil goes high. Nobody able to mark. The ball comes to the ground. Stacks on the mill once again. And look at this. In comes Kevin Rose. Morrow comes in. Montgomery's there. Oh, Morrow round the neck.
Oh, he's going to bounce it. Crouch to bounce the ball, and look at those players. They're throwing themselves in madly.
He must have blown his whistle a split second before Morrow was grabbed around the neck. There's the bounce of the ball. Morrow gets a tap down. In comes Darryl Griffiths. He can't get it though, and over the boundary line it goes on St Kilda's half-forward flank.
Oh, Michael, you might be right. This could be a draw.
I tip this. 26.5 minutes gone. There's the throw, and Morrow goes up. Thompson gets a tap down, taken by Baldock. Baldock drives him towards centre, half forward. They set themselves, up they go. No mark to anybody. Hill comes out with it. He's met solidly. Stewart has it. Stewart runs into Morrow. A hand pass across to Cooper. Cooper drives it forward. It's a missed kick. Play on. Has it been marked?
No, he's going to bounce it. Oh, poor Potter. Look at him.
Oh, these players are so
This is
weary.
madness. They're all on the ball.
There they go. Up goes Minot. He gets a tap down. Potter has it. He can't break clear. It's taken by Green. That's a point. It's a point. St Kilda in front. St Kilda in front.
How long have they been playing, Mike?
They have been playing. If my hand will stop shaking, I can see the watch. 27.5 minutes. 27 and a half minutes. There's the kick out. Up they go. Over down to the break clear. Across it goes here towards Hill. Hill tries a hand pass to Henderson. He's tackled by Morrow. And we find the ball being driven forward. It's at centre-half forward for St Kilda. Why not? He'll be paid the mark.
Slow it down. Slow it down.
Yes, he's taking your advice, all right, Ted. Can the Saints hang on and win their first ever?
They've got it.
Oh, golly me.
Why not with the ball now? Comes up. It's going to be a good
That's
long
a magnificent kick. It's a
right
ripper. They set themselves. Up they go. And we find a magnificent mark taken by Waters once again. He goes across the face of goals. He kicks to the flank position on that outer side. They set themselves. There's a goal. Tuddenham, a break. Tuddenham kicks to centre-half forward. They set themselves. And a mark to Bob Murray. A mark to Murray. 28 and a half minutes gone.
Hit the boundary line.
28 and a half gone. There's Murray's kick to the wing position on the outer side. There's the siren. St Kilda got it. They've got it. Look at this. Look at Alan James. Alan James. Oh, what an emotional scene this is. An emotional scene. Alan James. Look at him.
Well, it was a great day for St Kilda, wasn't it? Back in 1966, and there was free beer all over St Kilda and Moorabbin that night. 74 to 73, back in 1966. Gentlemen, thank you for